right, finally after three or 4 weeks from my Mojave road trip, I'm finally out again. I'm heading toward Indian Valley Reservoir. Now, in California here, we had crazy rains for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and everywhere I go and everyone I ask say not to go because it's too muddy and fallen trees, but I can't see their home anymore. So I'm heading down. I'm now on Route 20, which is east of the Indian Valley Reservoir. I'm heading toward the reservoir. I'm heading toward Walker Ridge road or trail, and I'll take that. I'm pretty sure that one is passable because it's usually pretty tightly packed and maintained. So I'll take that, head toward the reservoir and explore and see what I can find.
To my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink, cause I think I'm
Alright, I just got on Walker Ridge Road a couple of miles ago. I just went a bit in before airing down. So I just aired down, and so far there's no sign that there was torrential rains a couple of weeks ago. It's bone dry, dusty even, and beautiful day, blue sky. I mean, this particular trail is well groomed, well maintained. It's almost like a regular road, but unpaved. So far, no issues. But and I'm sure I'll see mud a little later, or maybe fallen trees. But right now, it's beautiful.
street who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car. Wake up in
Making my way toward direction of north. I just passed the fork in the road that if you go left, it takes you to a campground that is closed for years already, that goes to the south side of Indian Valley Reservoir. And this route, I mean this part of the road that I'm on now, passes the turn into Lovelady Ridge Trail. Well, it's not Lovelady yet, but it's the trail that I took when I went to Lovelady Ridge, which is a very steep downhill with amazing views. Now, that downhill is so steep, so even if it's a little bit damp or a little bit wet, it's gonna be a disaster. But I'm so tempted to go and try it because it was such a fun trail and such great views. So I might do it, but I hope I'm not gonna live to regret it, or maybe not live at all.
superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah.
All right, so I'm a few miles into the trail. I'm still on Walker Ridge Road. Beautiful day. You can see blue sky. Probably again about 60 degrees out here. I can see. You can probably see it in a distance somewhere over there, but you can see the white snow mountain peaks. But over here, it's actually, the dirt is actually dry, even though there were torrential rains in the last few weeks. So I think this is called Antenna Hill. It's kind of a known spot in the area. Folks come here, stop, eat, take photos. But so far, so good. I did get a glimpse of the Indian Valley Reservoir itself. It looks much fuller than the last time I was here, which was probably a couple of months ago. Maybe a little more than that. But so far, so good. Beautiful day, beautiful scenery, beautiful weather. Those of you who didn't want to come and stayed home, you missed. The last time I've seen the reservoir that full was probably, I don't know, 2014 or something like that, 2015. It's a bit murky because I'm assuming all the mud and water that flows in, but it's definitely fuller than last time I've seen it.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink, cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car. Wake up in a bar, I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place.
So happy to see that there's water here. Last time I was here, when I drove on this path here, the stream or the river or whatever it is to the left of me was bone dry. not even trickling of water. Right now it's a pretty healthy flow of water, which is great. This area is great in the summer. The kids love to come here, play, swim, the dog runs in the water. So I'm really happy to see that recent rains actually did something. And I'm sure that by the summer the snow will melt from the mountain tops, which will bring a little more water. So maybe this area will be back to what it used to be in the heydays of 2015, 16, which is great.
This place don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way, so I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm...
Alright, I see a little place that might worth exploring. Might even be a good camp spot. Right next to the water, and it's all like a, what do you call them, river rock or something, so it's not really sinkable, hopefully, but I can stop really close to the water, assuming there's no heavy rain somewhere at night, and I'm gonna find myself floating. But look at this, look at the flow of water, so cool compared to how it was not that long ago. A couple of months ago was nothing here. Check this out, look at the flow. Couple of months ago, bone dry. This is very cool. I can probably even cross here, but again, I'm by myself, so, and there's nothing here to anchor, to use the winch or anything like that. So I mean, this looks like a very easy crossing, but I'm still not gonna take the chance. But this is beautiful. Can't wait to be here in the summer and swim and play in the water. Pretty cool.
Tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel...
I gotta figure out where to go, because I'm used to all this area being dry and I know all the little trails and paths, but now when it's wet, can't really go everywhere. So I have to figure out how to get from one spot to another. Let's see. Yeah, this was, you could have driven inside the creek a couple of months ago, but now obviously it's all wet, so gotta head back.
We're all adequate graduates, heart full of calluses, but we know calculus.
Back in May, we went with the Overlanding with Kids group, and we all crossed this little stream. Wait, back then it was, well, there was water, but it was a little stream. Now it doesn't look like it's crossable, but let's get to that point and see. But again, I mean, although I've seen some trucks camping right next here, maybe a quarter of a mile that way, I'm still probably not gonna take a chance, because I don't feel like walking and calling people to help me. I do not know if I feel to like doing that. But yeah, that's the spot, that's the place we crossed when we were here with that team, but the water was not that deep. Yeah, I can probably make it, but I'm not going to try. This seems like I'm not gonna get stuck here. Oh yeah, it's fine. It's pretty packed. I mean, the dirt is compacted, so although it's wet, it's not muddy. Let's see, I want to see if I can find a spot here that might be interesting to camp. Actually, no. Too many people.
Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematics.
Okay, I played around a little bit, explored a little bit. I'm now gonna try to find a place to stay for the night, like a little campsite. So I'm going downhill here to see somewhat the same area that I was before. I'm just gonna look for a place, you know, maybe close to the water, little nice, some vegetation, a little bit further away from the main trail so I can have some peace and quiet, and we'll take it from there.
But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off.
Looks like this might have good potential for a campsite. Let's see how soft the ground is near the water. Ideally, I prefer not to camp at the exact same level of the water. If there's a little raised bar or something, I prefer to camp there, just because it may rain somewhere far, and because the water is flowing pretty hard already, it may rise, and obviously a little bit dangerous. But let's see. This looks like a good spot. If I back into it, might be a nice spot. Let's see. Okay, I think I found the perfect campsite for this weekend. Look at this. Now, the ground is a bit wet and not muddy but damp, but I'm on a patch of grass and vegetation, so it's not muddy, but it's not dusty for sure. But the water is right here, and just the perfect spot. Now, anyone who watches my videos knows what's coming next, and if you don't, you need to watch more videos. The best way to end the day. Now, the difference today is that, check this out, my new bottle opener. It's a 50 cal bullet that was milled as a bottle opener. This is the first time I'm opening any bottle with it. And by the way, if you didn't notice, it says Overlanding out and about. Anyway, let's see if it works. Oh, this is going to make the beer taste that much better. Man, this is really the perfect camping spot. It's very similar to one I had, I don't know, probably in June or something like that. Also right next to the water, but a bit further that way. Problem is that everywhere over there it's full of water now. But check this out. The water is right next to me over here. Truck is right over here. And just in case you didn't know, I'm right over here. Oh man, the weather is perfect. Look at the sky. Blue sky, cold beer. Man, I'm so glad I left the house. Many times when I camp in areas that are pretty windy. Like this spot here, at night, it's gonna feel like a hurricane. The winds here are really, really strong. So I'll give you a little bit of a pro tip how to secure your tent, your rooftop tent, in a way that won't drive you nuts and flip up and down all night. When you set up your tent, you try to get the shell in a direction of where the wind is coming from. But it's not always predictable, and sometimes wind changes direction. So last time I parked over there, the wind was so strong that it lifted this whole part in the air. At night I was 20 inches in the air, going up and down, no kidding. So I figured best way to combat it is get a ratchet strap, you know, a regular ratchet strap, and strap it to the hinge here. You know, put one of the hooks at the hinge, one of the hooks to your wheel, make sure it's tight, and this is not going anywhere. In addition, the leather now is nice and secure. So if Roof Nest, if you're watching this, maybe you can set some kind of a hook or a hoop here so we can just attach it. So when I got here about an hour and a half or 2 hours ago, the sun was still out, and I was drinking an ice cold beer, and you know, cold beer in warm weather is pretty good. Now I don't feel like drinking another beer, but just for the sake of science, I want to see if a cold beer is also good when it's cold outside. Yep, it's still good. So again, I'm just taking one for the team, and if anyone is interested to know if cold beer is good when it's cold outside, well, the answer is yes.
Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really eyes, yeah, straight to the face, and I wanna...
Okay, so I spent the day in Indian Valley Reservoir, explored some trails, just wanted to see how high the water is and how the trails are. So far so good, lots of water. It'll be fun in the summer, and the sun is down and it's gonna get cold soon. I'm gonna get in the tent, watch a couple of movies, and then hit the hay. I will see you all tomorrow.
Lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm